Okay, so today I'm gonna continue with, if you remember, yesterday we spoke about, or maybe last lesson, we spoke about future perfect and future continuous. So do you have any questions, Mr. Sabir, regarding to future perfect?
No questions.
Very good. So let's start with here with some exercises, because as you can see, last lesson we discussed future continuous. So now let's deal with this activity B. Complete the dialogue with the verbs in brackets in the future perfect or continuous. So now, as you can see here, we have some verbs between brackets, and your job is to put them either with future perfect or future continuous. And as the sentence goes, as the example, well, it looks like we'll be having a very different weather in the future if climate change continues. Now, let's move. I think Mr. Sabir, you will do it by yourself because you are the only one here except for Mr. Hamza, who is like just waiting for other students to participate. So go ahead. Continue the conversation.
Okay, just a sec.
Sure.
When they say we'll be having much higher temperatures here in London, as high as 30 degrees, and remember we
Now, in this situation, you have to choose either future perfect or future continuous.
Okay, will be.
Yes.
No, I'm confused. Like not lie or work. Which one?
Look, we have the verb lie, right? Either you have to say, and remember, we will have lied or we will be lying on the beach.
We will be lying.
So it's even better. So continue with this. Now move to the next verb, work.
We will have worked in 30 degrees.
But wait just a sec, because it's still here, we have a comma, right? So if we have comma, and we will be walking, exactly.
30 degrees, which is quite different. And islands like the Maldives will be.
But wait just a sec. As you can see here, we have by.
I'm just a sec. I'm trying to figure it out. Okay.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I'm just helping you.
Disappeared.
Very good.
Because of the rise of the sea level, they say the number of storms and tsunamis will have doubled.
Will have doubled. Very good.
Of the century too. By the middle of the century too. So even more people would have moved.
Will have moved. Yes, will have moved.
By then to the cities looking for work. Big cities will be growing. Will have grown even bigger.
Very good. Very good.
Then can you imagine the traffic? I don't think there will be a problem with the traffic patrol. Just a sec. Run out completely by then. We will be running out completely.
Again, as you can see, Mr. Sabir, here you have a mistake because still we have by then.
Will be run out.
Will have run out, exactly, because verb 3 of run, ran, run.
All right. Then anyways, nobody will have a car. Someone will have invented.
Will have invented, very good.
A new method of transport, so we will be flying around in air cars or something.
Very good. Excellent. I think now you understand completely the difference between future perfect and future continuous. So that's why I'm gonna go back to our lesson, our new lesson today, and let's see. Do you remember the last page we took, Mr. Sabir? Equal, if you remember, yes. And we spoke about future perfect and future continuous. Now let's go to this. Now we have reading and vocabulary and about the weather. Now I will ask you a few questions about the weather. Now, how long have you been living in Istanbul?
2 years.
2 years. And how can you describe the weather condition in Istanbul?
It's quite nice, but a little bit cold at winter. But otherwise, it's nice.
Very good. Now, that's really good. So today, because also you are, I don't know where is Ms. Jihan, so we will continue with the lesson here. So go ahead and start reading.
Don't know what to say. Talk about the weather. It is commonly observed, wrote Dr. Johnson in 1758, that when two Englishmen meet, their first talk is of the weather. They are in haste to tell each other what each must already know, that it's hot or cold, bright or cloudy, windy or calm. Not much has changed. A survey published earlier this year found that the average British person mentions the weather at least once every 6 hours, and that 70% of us check the weather forecast every day, even when nothing unusual is happening.
Continue.
Last week, as temperatures soared, scored, I suppose?
Soared
to 29 degrees, the highest record end of September temperature for 116 years. There was a sense of both delight and at the lovely hot weather and worry about the threat of global warming on television. And in the newspapers, experts argued earnestly over what such extreme weather meant, and if there was even a term for it. While many called it an Indian summer, the Met Office ruled that it couldn't be properly called
properly.
No,
not probably. Properly. Okay. It's okay. Move on.
Called an Indian summer, which only occurs as a warm spell in autumn, especially in October and November. The BBC main weatherman also agreed that the heat had arrived a bit too early to be described as an Indian summer. Should I carry on?
No, don't carry on. Yes, carry on. I want you to read because, as you can see, there are no participants except you. So go ahead. If you feel tired, just tell me.
No, it's okay. Indian summer has different names across the globe. In British, until around the end of First World War, late heat waves, here known as St. Martin's summer, the first of St. Martin falling on 1st November, and in much of Europe, they still are. Other countries have their own names. In Russia, it's an old lady's summer. In Bulgaria, a gypsy summer. Gypsy summer, and in China, a tiger autumn.
Okay, now I will continue because I don't want you feel like tired because of reading. So as you can see here, but the big difference between the British and other nationalities is that they talk about Indian summers much more. Britons need weather talk to help us overcome our reserve, explains Kate Fox, author of Watching the English. We talk about it a lot, but not because it is an interesting topic. People use weather talk to facilitate social interaction. I will explain this. What does this paragraph mean? Like, look, take your time, read it again. Don't read it like out loud, read it. And later on, I want you just to tell me what is the main idea of this paragraph, 25 to 30.
Because in the first paragraph, they said that an average Englishman talks about the weather every 6 hours. So they talk about it even more.
So like, look here. Is this true about people? Like people use weather talk to facilitate social interaction. Now the verb facilitate, what does it mean? Like from the context, try to figure out the meaning of facilitate.
I have no idea.
Look, if you look at the sentence one more time, and from the beginning, people use weather talk. Why? To facilitate social interaction, to make social interaction easier. Do you understand? It's like breaking the ice. So, for example, if somebody wants to talk with someone and he has no clues about what topic he would actually like begin with. So he just say like, oh, the weather is nice. Do you see? And they start speaking about the weather. Okay, now let's move to the next paragraph. The writer Sir John Mortimer saw a deeper reason for Britain's peculiar obsession with the weather. Peculiar means strange, weird. So like add it to your dictionary, Mr. Sibi. Peculiar. Peculiar also means weird, strange, obsession with the weather. There is nothing personal about it, he wrote. It gives away no secrets. Talking to our next door neighbors over the fence, we as a nation are reluctant to make such uncomfortable confessions. Reluctant means we don't have enough energy. Do you understand? Like lazy. Okay, so are reluctant to make such uncomfortable confessions as I can't stand your children or I'm passionately in love with your wife. It's far easier to say, I think we'll be having rain over the weekend. Do you understand this one?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So now I think, do you have the book or not? Like, for example, like, are you following me on Zoom or do you have the book as an individual, like aside with your laptop?
I'm following you.
So you don't have the book? Okay, now for this situation, I think we need to do the true-false questions, but since you don't have the book with you, I will try to, you can't see from that distance. But let's see, maybe you remember what you've read. Let's check true or false, okay? Let's try. Number one, read it and decide if the statement is true or false.
British people talk about the weather more than they used to. True?
Number two.
Is it true or false?
Yeah, it's true. Yes, it is true.
People had mixed feelings about the hot weather.
False? But if you go up here we have many, many people like named it, too many names in some areas. Okay.
Some weather experts said that the warm weather was not an Indian summer because it happened in September.
What is it? True, yes, it is true.
The older English term for Indian summers is still used in some parts of the UK. True?
True, yes. Yes, it is true. Number 5.
Kate Fox says the British talk about the weather because they are shy. I think false.
Yeah, false.
Sir John Mortimer believes that the British talk about the weather to avoid saying what they really think. True.
True, exactly. Now, for you, I want to ask you a question. When you interact with people, what kind, for example, and you want to meet somebody new, okay, and you want to start a conversation, what's the first topic that comes into your head? Like you want to open a topic. So what topic would you start with?
Like I ask them general questions to know more about them. So I know then what kind of conversation should I make.
Very good, very good. Interesting. Now for that, let's move to some vocabulary related to the weather on page 156. Okay, here. Now, for this, we have some interesting words that maybe we need to discuss them together. And also maybe you can use a dictionary also to be able to realize or maybe to identify the words. So please go ahead and start reading the words above here.
Below zero, boiling, breeze, chilly, cold, damp, drizzling, freezing, hot, mild, boring, with rain, showers, and warm.
Warm, exactly. Now, if you know, do you know all the meaning of these words?
There are some that I don't know. Breeze,
like what?
Breeze, damp, and drizzling. That's it.
Drizzling means light rain, right? Light rain, okay? Damp is similar to wet, and breeze is like gentle wind. Do you know gentle wind in the evening?
Okay.
So breeze. So now humid is also like humid is similar to wet, but there is difference between damp and humid. Yes, exactly. So take your time, and you have like 13 blanks, and I want you to fill them. So take your time. You have at least like 5 minutes.
I can do it right now.
Oh, really? Oh, that's really good. Go ahead.
Number 2, freezing. Number 3, very cold, below zero. No, it's not that. It's cool.
Very cold. Look, unpleasantly cold. Unpleasantly cold is not like, it's not like below of freezing. No.
I think
unpleasant, chilly, yes.
And very cold is freezing.
Freezing. And what about -10?
Below zero.
Below zero. Number 5.
It's pleasant and not cold. Mild.
Yeah, mild. Pleasant, but not cold.
Pleasantly high temperature. Warm.
Warm, exactly.
It's what is it?
Scorching, unpleasantly hot. Unpleasantly hot.
Boiling.
Boiling, very good.
A bit wet, but damp.
Damp, yes.
It's raining lightly. Drizzling.
Drizzling.
It's short period of rain. Which boring?
Yeah, no, not pouring. A short period. Like short period of but yeah, pouring. Yeah, we can say pouring. Yes. Go ahead to number 11.
It's raining with, there are raining showers. It's raining a lot. No, so 11 is it's not showers, right?
Yeah, it's not showers, of course. There is nothing left, I guess. You know, like there are no word about rain that is like because showers means it's raining a lot.
Yeah,
okay.
It's 4:12.
Yeah.
And 13 is a breeze.
Exactly. Very good. Now that's really good. Now, as you can see here, let's move to here. This one is really good, and I want you to use a dictionary. Okay. Do you have dictionary?
I will work on it. It's okay.
Yeah, we have 3 words here: fog, mist, and smog. And all of them means the same thing, but they are different. Try to find out what does fog mean, and what does mist mean, and what does smog mean.
Okay. So number 1, it's usually very thick and often occurs in mountains or near the sea. Just a sec. I think it's fog.
Fog, no. Fog, that it's caused by pollution, I think. But let's check Google, because I think it's more scientific, right? Okay, like we need to, because all of them mean the same thing.
Because smog is unnatural. for like because it's from cars and factories.
Very good. So smog is for excellent. Smog is for pollution and usually occurs in big cities. This is smog. But now we have fog and mist.
It's not mist.
It's not mist. Yeah, number 3 is smog. You were right.
Smog. So number 1 is fog. Number 1, what is it?
Number 1, look, number 1 is mist, and number 2 is fog, and number 3 is smog.
And often occurs in mountains. Okay. Tokyo can be found in. Okay, I see.
So that's really good. So there is a movie. It's called The Mist. It's very good. No, I don't consider it as a good movie because it was adapted from a Stephen King's book. It's called The Mist. And I watched the movie, but I haven't read the book. And the end was depressing. The end was depressing. Anyway, now, here we have some words, and I will try to, I think maybe you know some of them, but some you don't know. Blizzard, drought, flood, hail, heat wave, hurricane, lightning, monsoon, and thunder. Okay, for example, heat wave here, it's a noun that means a period of unusually hot weather. We call it heat wave. What about number 2? Go ahead.
Unusually hot, dry period when there is a little drought.
Drought, very good, excellent. Move to number 3.
And small, was it? And small.
Yes, it's a noun and a verb at the same time.
Okay, just a sec. Lightning, hail, monsoon?
No, not monsoon. Monsoon because it's like wind. Monsoon means wind, but seasonal wind. But here, small balls of ice that fall like rain. Do you understand? We call it hail.
Oh, okay. Number 4, a flash of every bright light cause electricity, thunder.
Thunder, very good.
Number 5, noun and verb, the loud noises that you hear during a storm.
Wait just a sec. You said number 4, it's like a flash, but it's not lightning. The sound. Lightning. But what about the loud noise?
Thunder for 5.
Thunder, very good. Yes. What about number 6?
A snowstorm with the blizzard.
Blizzard, very good. Now number 7.
If it becomes covered with water. Flood.
Very good. What flood? Very good. What about number 8?
Windstorm, hurricane.
Hurricane, very good. And number 9?
The season when it rains a lot in
Southern Asia.
Southern Asia. Monsoon.
Monsoon, very good. Yeah, monsoon is the only one left. It's the only one left.
Okay.
Very good. So now, because let's move to this before I give you maybe. No, I won't give you a break because it's only 1 hour. So you are comfortable, right?
I'm good.
Very good. And we have these words: bright, changeable, clear, heavy, icy, settled, not likely to change. This is the meaning of settled, not likely to change. When you settle in Istanbul, you don't want to move, right? Strong, sunny, and thick. Now, we have all these adjectives, okay, about weather forecast. And I want you to take your time, like 5 minutes. Try to put these words into the right blanks. Go ahead, Mr. Sibi. Alex, I'm back. Sorry. Have you finished, Mr. Sabil?
Just a sec.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, go ahead.
Should I read?
Yeah, sure.
In the north of England and Scotland, it will be very cold with strong winds and heavy rain. There will also be a thick fog in the hills and near the coast, though it should be clear by midday. Driving will be dangerous as the roads will be. This one I didn't.
I think it will be like, look, driving will be dangerous as the roads will be icy.
Icy?
Yeah.
Okay. However, the south of England and the Midlands will have clear skies, and it will be bright and sunny. Though the temperatures will still be quite low over the next few days, the weather will be changeable with some showers, but occasionally settled.
Very good. Settled periods.
It should be become more sunny over the weekend.
Very good. Thank you very much, Mr. Sabil. So as you can see, you are doing great by yourself. That's really good. So now let's move to feelings. And I think, no, let's go back. Yeah, let's have more. Let's go back to the lesson because I need to follow a plan here. And as you can see, we will continue up to the moment we left here. So let's just wait. Look, okay. Here we have something, I think you know about it, but I'm gonna repeat it. It's about modifiers with strong adjectives. We have normal adjectives, Mr. Sabil, and we have strong adjectives, right? And when you are talking about extreme situations, like for example, very bad weather, you can use normal adjectives with a modifier like very, really, extremely. But we use with them like a normal adjective. We also use incredibly or unbelievably. For example, it was incredibly cold or extremely hot or unbelievably windy. Okay, is that clear?
Yes.
Now the strong adjectives here, like boiling or freezing, do you understand? You cannot use, very with them. Be careful. You can't say very boiling or very freezing because they are extreme and strong adjectives. But we use absolutely. So with strong adjectives, we use absolutely. Example, It was absolutely freezing, and the midday heat was absolutely scorching. Remember that we often use a bit or rather with adjectives to express a negative idea. Keep it in your mind, Mr. Sabir. When we have a negative idea, we use a bit or rather. Okay, for example, it's a bit too hot. It's a bit too hot, or it's rather chilly today. So, any questions so far?
No.
Very good. Now, let's move to some conversation. And Mr. Sabil, what kind of weather do you associate with the different seasons where you live?
What kind of weather?
Mm-hmm.
Summer.
Summer. What's the weather like today? Can you see?
It's kind of not that hot.
Not that hot. Mm-hmm.
There's quite a nice breeze.
Very good. And have you heard the forecast for tomorrow or next weekend?
No.
Okay, by the way, there is a surprise that after 10 days, there will be like low temperatures. Nice. And rain. Yes, rain. It will be like a third winter this season. Now, what's your favorite weather, Mr. Sabi?
Winter.
Does the weather affect your mood?
No.
But are you a moody character?
I don't think so.
Oh, you don't think so? And what do you like doing when the weather is bad?
Like if it's snowing or raining, I just stay in home.
But you like winter. You said you like winter.
Yeah, but like if it's too much, like you can't go out. What should you do?
Exactly. What kind of weather do you think is the best and the worst for camping? Going for a walk in the mountains, driving, running marathons, shopping, or sightseeing? I don't think these questions are important, but I'm gonna move to the next question. Do you think global warming is affecting the climate?
Yes.
In what ways has climate change affected the weather in your country?
It has affected it extremely badly.
It has.
To be honest. It has.
Very good.
It's too hot.
Wait just a sec. I'm gonna give you a tip. When you are inshallah, maybe you will do the IELTS or TOEFL for future, right? Maybe, or maybe.
I'm not doing it.
Okay, so I think this tip is not like sufficient for you right now. Like for example, I was going to say, if you are asked any questions, just say any words that come to your brain, just like flow, just to test your English. Okay, now that's really good. Now let's move to some more exercises. And are you tired?
I couldn't hear.
Are you? I said, are you tired?
No, not at all.
Okay. Now look, maybe we will have some conversation and reading exercises before we move to zero and first conditionals, and also future time clauses, which is an important grammar lesson, maybe. So look at this quote by Mark Zuckerberg. Do you know who is Mark Zuckerberg?
I don't know.
You don't know Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook?
Yes, I just read the name. Yeah, I know.
In a world that's changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. Now the question is, Mr. Sabil, are you a risk taker? Yes or
no? Not usually.
Not usually. Now, have you ever done any dangerous sports or activities?
No.
Okay. Would you do a parachute jump or a bungee jump for charity?
For charity?
Yeah. For fun. Let's say for fun.
Well, I could do that.
You could do that. Yeah, that's the spirit. About appearance, have you ever done something dramatically different to your appearance? Example, had a very different hairstyle or hair color, or a tattoo, or a piercing?
No.
On the road, by the way, I did it. Not a tattoo or something, but I changed completely my hairstyle. On the road, Do you normally cross the road at the traffic light or zebra crossing or just anywhere?
The zebra crossing.
Of course, in Istanbul, you can't even think about crossing without the red light. Do you cycle in your town or city?
No.
Do you walk by yourself late at night or get late night taxis?
No.
Do you drive a car or ride a motorbike?
I drive a car.
Do you ever go fast in the car? Or
No,
have
not that fast.
Have you ever broken once the speed limit?
We have no speed limits
In Libya. I want to go to Libya. Do you have now about health? Do you have any habits that you know are not good for your health?
Kinda, but it's not like a big deal.
Like what?
Like, well, I don't know. It's tiny details, but I can't.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Now, have you ever tried to give up the habits like these tiny details?
No.
Do you worry about them?
No.
Okay, that's good that you don't worry about them. Shopping. Do you ever buy things online?
Yes.
Have you ever had a bad experience while shopping online?
Of course, so many times.
Tell me about one.
Like when you, especially for clothes, when you ask for like a sweater and they bring the wrong size. It happened to me at least 3 times.
Yeah, that's a bummer actually. Now, do you buy clothes online also?
Yeah.
Are there any kinds of clothes you wouldn't buy online? You know, like some types of clothes that, oh, I don't want to buy them online. I want to go and see the material.
Yes, of course.
Like cotton, for example, right? Or maybe underwear. Like for me, I want trust. For me, I'm talking about me here. Like for example, I want to go and see the product. I'm gonna test it. You know, like see. Now, would you ever buy a second-hand car or bike on eBay or a similar website?
Second-hand?
You know, second-hand?
Like, automatic?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, like a car or a bike or anything. Like a second-hand laptop, a second-hand PC.
I have never, but maybe one day.
Yeah, because you know the prices are like, oh my God, the prices are very expensive. You know, for example, I got my laptop second-hand. And it was a deal, to be honest, because, you know, like it was like a brand new product. And I have tested it and I have tested some games. It was like the temperature and everything in it was amazing. Now, that's really good. You are moving very, very like swiftly. Now, another question about travel, Ms. Sabil. Have you ever traveled somewhere without having booked somewhere to stay in advance?
No.
Do you normally take out insurance when you travel?
No.
If you are traveling somewhere, do you normally get to the station or airport with plenty of time or at the last minute?
Plenty of time, of course.
Plenty of time. You are a cautious person. Would you go on holiday abroad on your own?
No.
Do you think you would go out with someone from another country or someone you had met online?
Someone I have met online.
Okay. Do you think you would go out with someone who was much older or much younger than you?
Do I have to choose either one?
Well, it's up to you.
I think much younger.
Okay. Work and study. Would you take a job with a 2-year contract in an English-speaking country, example, the US or the UK?
Yes, of course, if I had the time.
Yeah, I hope this offer comes to you. Have you ever cheated in an exam? I guess yes, I have asked you this question. Yes. Yeah, so let's pass it. Do you normally start revising for an exam in good time or do you leave it until the last minute?
Well, for me, not like the last minute. Start revising like the middle day, at night, maybe.
Yeah, but that's
early.
Are you like, do you study a lot? Like, for example, like, are you like?
When I was in school, yeah, I had to.
Okay, that's really good. Yeah, these are the questions. Let's move to some grammar if you want. And let's go to page, I guess maybe we have introduction to the grammar to page 139. Okay, 139, is that it? Okay. As you can see, I think maybe you know about zero conditional, right? Do you remember it?
I can't hear. What is it?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Do you remember anything about zero conditional, or zero and first conditional?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. I will remind you. You have to be careful about the clauses. Clause. What is a clause? It's like a part of two sentences, right? Like, for example, we call it the conditional clause. For example, if plus something, right? If plus present simple, this is the first clause, okay? The second clause should have present simple or a verb in present simple. This situation, we call it zero conditional, okay? Zero conditional. Okay, zero conditional is about, for example, when you are talking about scientific things. So, for example, like look at this example. If you want to be fit, comma, you need to do some exercise every day. So if I ask you, Mr. Sabil, what kind of conditionals is this clause or sentence?
Conditional zero.
Zero. Why?
Because both are present.
Exactly. Both verbs are in present simple. You know, you can see if clause has a verb in present simple, and the clause, it has need to. Look here. Also, it is in the zero conditional. So could you please just read the two sentences here?
Okay. If people are wearing headphones in the street, they often don't notice other people.
Exactly. So you are talking naturally. That is the zero conditional. The third one, go ahead.
If you haven't been to New York, you haven't lived.
Exactly. Have you been to New York?
No.
So you haven't lived. I don't know. I haven't been to New York. So would you like to be in New York someday?
I don't think so.
Why?
Because their lifestyle are like extremely different. I think I will fit in.
You won't fit in. Okay. Now let's move to this. To talk about something which is always true or always happens as a result of something else, we use if plus present simple and the present simple in the other clause. I think this is...
Sorry, but you're just lagging a lot.
I'm so sorry. My internet really sucks. I hate my internet provider. I want to just change it, but I can't. Now, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Now, look. Also, we can use present perfect or present continuous in either clauses, in either clause with zero conditional, okay? Just keep it in your mind.
Okay.
Now, first conditional here, and I know you know, first conditional, we are using will, right? Will something or going to. We are talking about the future here in first conditional, as you can see. So I want you to read the examples.
Okay, if the photos are good, I'll send them to you. If you are not going to Jason's party, I'm not going to go either. If I haven't come back by 9, start dinner without me. I will have finished in an hour if you don't disturb me.
Exactly, very good. So as you can see here, also we can use future perfect or present perfect, right? Did you see? So that's really important. Anything that is about the future. So you can use them with first conditional as well. So as I said, now I will repeat. To talk about something which will probably happen in the future, be careful. We use if plus a present tense and a future tense in the other clause. So that's why we need to have future in the first condition. And as I said, you can use any present form in the F clause, present simple, continuous, or perfect. You choose. And any future form will, going to, or future perfect, or future continuous. Is it clear?
Yes.
Now, yes, now that's it for today. I will continue the lesson tomorrow, but to test if you actually like understood or not, let's do some exercises. So look here, and I want you to circle the correct form, Mr. Sabil. Like here, I will read the example for you. Don't worry, Rob will have passed the exam if he studied enough. So this is the first conditional, right? Now go to number 1.
If you're not feeling better tomorrow, you should go to the doctor.
Which one is the best?
If you won't be feeling better, I think if you're not feeling better.
Exactly. You remember, because as I said, first conditional is that after if we must have present simple, right? And the other clause you can add whatever you want. Future perfect, future continuous, or whatever. Okay. Now number 2.
If we're lucky, we'll have sold. We've sold our house by Christmas. We will have sold.
Exactly, because we need future perfect here. We don't need present perfect, right? Because the present perfect could be in F part, but not in the clause. You understand?
Okay.
Number 3.
I will pay for dinner if I have enough money.
Nice. If I have money. Excellent. Number 4.
If we carry on playing like this, we'll have scored. We'll have scored. Scored 10 goals by halftime. We'll have scored.
Yes. Which is the set? No. Which one? Future perfect or present perfect?
The both are the same. Like
will have and have scored. They are not the same. Will have scored and have scored.
We carry on playing like this. We have scored. Like they have scored 10 goals by halftime. We have scored, I think.
Exactly, thank you. No, you know, actually. It's will have scored, which is future perfect, okay? Not present perfect, right?
Okay.
This one is present perfect, and because we have by, that's why it's future perfect. Now, number 5, and that's it. 5 is the last one.
Don't call Sophie now. If it's 8 o'clock, she will be batting the baby.
Very good. Excellent. That's it. Very good. And I think that the idea is clear, isn't it?
Yes.
I will stop recording now.